Stone me Westcoast Rob, man, and welcome to my podcast, You Bitch. Welcome back to another episode of YeahDat the podcast, hosted by the homie Westcoast Rob, man. And first and foremost, the opinions and views you may hear on this podcast are just that, my views, my opinions. If they offend you, you don't agree with them, well, there's a simple solution to that, and that's stop listening. YeahDat. But for those of you who care to continue and are eager to hear what I have to say, thank you for that, man. Love for you for that. So on the previous episode, man, my first episode of the podcast, the pilot episode, we just kind of cut the ribbon, on the podcast, kind of broke ground, introduced you guys to who I am, told y'all a little bit about myself. And now, excuse me, we're just going right into the show, man. And you have to excuse me if I keep stopping and it feels like I'm breathing hard. I just ate a sandwich and had a bunch of peppers on it, man, because I'm into spicy foods and stuff like that. So, ain't nothing like a sandwich with like freshly sliced deli meat with like peppers and stuff like that, man, It's that good, man. We kind of overlook sandwiches and stuff, but yeah. Oh yeah. But anywho, back to the episode, man. Yo, I want to give a shout out to everybody who listened to the first episode, man. To the real listeners, man. To the people who, as soon as I wrapped it up and put it out, you guys listened to it, man. Those are my people right there. Those are my real homies right there. I appreciate each and every one of you. The ones who gave me the encouraging words that you guys did, the reviews, all that, man. I truly, truly appreciate it, man. And thank you for the support. I really, truly appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Also, for those of you who I had to kind of tell y'all to listen to it, yo, go listen to my ish. What's up? Woo woo. Shout out to y'all too, man. Just not a big shout out. Y'all get a lowercase s/o, man, but you still get a shout out. Thank you. Yeah. Also, shout out to the Lakers, man. Winning that title. YeahDat. Shout out to my Padres, man, for having a great season. Even though y'all got put out in the playoffs by the Dodgers, it was a great series, Game 2 we had it, lost, but you guys had a great year, man. Just shout out to sports in general, man. 2020's been crazy, and sports coming back kind of took your focus away from all the negativity surrounding the year. So sports has been great, man. Every sport too, from soccer to hockey, man. Shout out to the Lightning who won it. YeahDat. Basketball, everything, football, baseball, everything, man. Every sport has been cool, and sports has been a big plus and uplifting side to society and the world because of the messages and the platform that the athletes have. They helped with all the messages and the BLM movements and all that stuff. So shout out to all the athletes, all the teams, all the sports organizations, man. YeahDat. Also, hey man, shout out to, I know you guys have seen the video, or most of you guys TikTok. I don't TikTok, man. I'm too much of a grown ass man for that shit, man. But it's just not me. But I know you guys have seen the TikTok of the homie on the skateboard with the ocean spray, right? And if you haven't, well, let me go over a brief rundown of the video. So like I said, I don't TikTok, you know what I mean? The video was brought to my attention by someone who works with me, who dude was like, man, appreciate the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac is now #1 on the charts, all due to that dude's video on the skateboard. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, there's a dude who's from, I think, my hometown or a town near mine, back in Idaho, and he was driving and his truck broke down. So he gets on a skateboard and he's skateboarding down the street and he's drinking a bottle of ocean spray cran raspberry juice, singing or lip singing Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. I was like, for real? So excuse me, sorry. So I go and watch the video. The video's funny, man. It's cool. And dude is skateboarding and then comes on and lip syncs the lines. It's funny shit. But shout out to Nathan Dogface Apodaca. Pronunciation. Hopefully I pronounced it right, and hopefully your name's right. But shout out to him for the video, because the video went viral. I believe after he put it out, 7 hours, it hit 3 million views or something like that. But you know, it went viral. He ended up getting a new truck out of it too. So Ocean Spray went to the local car dealership and bought him a new Nissan truck. It wasn't the Titan, it was the one up under the Frontier. Bought him a new Nissan Frontier, and in the bed of the truck had a gang of cran raspberry ocean spray juice. So that was cool, man. You know, homie didn't even know either. They knocked on his door, which homie lives in the camper, and he comes out and he's like, yo, this is for you. You know, we appreciate you spreading positive vibes, and just, you know, we wanted to show our appreciation with the ocean spray juice and a brand new truck since it just broke down. So I thought that was cool, man. So shout out to Dogface, man. And that just stems from him being authentic, which leads into the first topic of the day, man. And that is being original, having originality and authenticity, man. So, like the aforementioned Dogface, man, homie was just making a video. Just, you know, it's like, shoot, my truck broke down. Whatever. I'm about to go somewhere. He's riding down the street on his board with his juice, making a TikTok video, man, and it blew up. But that's just from him being him. You know what I mean? Being original. It was just authentic, and it just took off, man. So, I mean, to me, it's like I've always been myself. So when you hear me like on the last episode, when I say stay OG, stay authentic, stay OG means just stay original, man. Just be you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what's going on. Just do you, man. And you know, he is like, right now, he's like the epitome of it. You be yourself, you be authentic, and good things will happen to you, man. You know, a lot of times you see people, especially nowadays with the social media platforms, that people are just trying to mimic and recreate things or things similar to it to get a name out or get some publicity or whatnot. And you know, people don't like that, man. Like I personally don't like that. I know a lot of people don't like that. Just there's no authenticity behind it. Like what is gonna make you resonate with people when all you're doing is you're just another person doing something that another person is already doing. Like for instance, I'm big into fitness, you know, being a bodybuilder and and just, I've always been an athlete, and health and fitness is like my thing. I love it. It's not just a thing to me, like, oh man, let me go start a fitness IG page because, everybody else is doing it. I genuinely love it, but my IG page isn't a fitness IG page. It's just my page because it's my page. Whatever I put whatever I want to put on it, I put on it. But when you go on IG, I like a lot of bodybuilding stuff and cycling stuff because I'm into cycling as well. But when you scroll on there, man, like in the search, you just see all the same types of pictures of the fitness gurus. Oh, do these ab workouts, or a fitness woman hitting the same pose that I have a pose of myself doing it on my IG, which is the pose with the leg straight with the leg in the back for the butt or whatever. It's all the same thing. It's like you're not gonna get noticed because you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. You're not being original at all. And then there's people who are so thirsty and just like wanting to be like, oh hey, notice me. Maybe if I take a bunch of these subs and be like, let me take a picture of me shaking it up prior to me working out and blah blah blah. Like, sponsor me. This isn't this. Like, come on, man. Like, be original. Be original. You know how many people are out there trying to do the same shit? It's just like, which it turns me off when it comes to IG and like social. But I like IG for the reason of it's a good networking tool, man. You can network with people so easy on there and promote yourself and all that. So that's more so why I use IG. But it's so watered down in regards to no originality when it comes to people. People try to mimic those who have already blown up, and it's not going to work for you. You can't mimic Simian Panda because there's already a Simian Panda. All you are is a copy of Simian Panda. For those of you who don't know who Simian Panda is, he's a fitness influencer, and he was just blown up, man. I've been watching him since the beginning, man. Him and Bradley Martin were like the two dudes I watched from the jump of Instagram back in like 2010. And now they're just blown up. But you can't be those guys. You can't do what they do because the path they took is different. It's gonna be different than yours, man. You gotta do your own thing. Find your own way. Don't follow trends and don't do stuff just to do it. Like, oh man, this is popular right now, so I'm gonna start making YouTube videos of me doing this. Which, I'm kind of I took my own advice because back when the Rona first hit, gyms were closed and shutting down, and I have my own gym in my garage, and I've had it since 2015. So when they were talking about closing gyms and all that stuff, I was like, man, I'm cool. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. I got dumbbells from 10 up to 150. I got a Smith machine. I got benches. I got cardio equipment. I got it all. I'm good. I got barbells, so I'm good. So, but I made a video or 2 videos like showing my gym tour, my home gym tour or whatever. And those 2 videos were probably my highest viewed videos out of all the videos I have, which were like, they're in a couple hundreds, like 400, 300, something like that. But those are the highest videos I've got, highest viewed videos I got. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna ride this garage gym video trend. So I ended up making more videos in the garage gym and whatnot. But I don't know, I got feedback from a homie, and he's like, man, that video you made, you looked so bored. Like, that's not the Rob I know who used to wake me up at 4 a.m. to go work out when we're on deployment. Like, where's your enthusiasm at? And I don't know, I took what he said and I was like, huh, that's true though. So I watched the video, I analyzed the videos, and it was like, yeah, it's just a flat, just generic video that I pushed out just to push out. So, I mean, after that video, I took it down and I kind of like cleaned up the channel. And it's just like, man, I'm gonna start doing what I want to do. Like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. So, I mean, that's what I want everybody to do in regards to whatever endeavor you care to partake in. Like, I tell my daughters all the time, like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just do what you want. For my oldest, she's a teenager. And, you know, it's the important years in your life. It's where it's like you kind of are really like finding who you want to be. So I tell her, I'm like, hey man, don't, just because this girl's doing that or this fool acts like that doesn't mean you gotta act like that. If they're doing something that you know that me and your mom would disapprove of, then most likely it's not the right thing to do. Like, if they're your friends, they'll respect your decision of not wanting to do or follow what they're doing. And that's just not even just with acting or like behavior. It's like with clothes, with attitude, with style. I tell her all the time, like, you want to wear that outfit? Wear it. You want to wear your hair like that? Wear it. Don't worry about how she's going to react to your hairstyle. Like, why does that even matter? You know? Just be yourself. Who cares what anybody else thinks, man? And that's just how I carry myself every day of my life now. You know, I'm a grown-ass man. I have nothing to prove to no one. And if people, those who fuck with me, know who I am and know how I am, and that's the reason why they fuck with me, because of who I am. You know what I mean? But, you know, when it comes to anything you want to do, just do it. Go do it, man. People will catch on. People will catch on to what you do. You know what I mean? Do what you do, and somebody's going to catch your vibe and love it. All you got to do is just be patient when it comes to whatever it is you're going, whatever it is you're doing, whatever direction you're taking in whatever endeavor or hobby you choose to do, man. Just do you. That's all you can do, because at the end of the day, half the people who are going to be hating on you, that's all they're going to be, is haters. They're not going to dictate how you live your life. Whether you wake up and you're making money, you can have a shit ton of haters and still be making money, still eating, just with haters. I mean, it is what it is. But that's due to your authenticity and your originality. So that's why I give a shout out to Dogface for him being himself, being original and authentic, and, you know, it paying off. Now, I just hope that he just stays true to himself and just stays authentic. Like, now that you got this 15 minutes or 15 seconds of fame or whatever they call it, like, don't go fishing for more of it. Like, you've got it. You got a truck out of it. You got notoriety. You got celebrities hitting you up, wanting to do stuff with you. Just keep doing you and making videos that you want to do. Don't go trying to make videos that are trying to blow up or trying to continue to hold your wave, because either your wave came and gone, or you're just going to keep riding that mug, man. So hopefully he keeps doing his thing, you know, making his own videos and doesn't try. He's not trying too hard, you know. And with your authenticity and your originality is going to come the support and the loyalty from those who truly fuck with you. You know, like I said in the beginning of the show, man, I gave a shout out to the listeners who listen to it without me having to be like, yo, go listen to my shit, blah, 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 woo, woo. Those are the ones who listen to it as soon as I put it out. Those were the ones who really fuck with me like that, man, on a tighter level. They show that support to me because they fuck with me like that. And I'm the same way. When even if we're not the tightest of homies, if we're cool and you have an endeavor, I'm there to support, because I have that loyalty in me. That's just how I was brought up, man. That's just how I am. You start something, you want to start an artist portfolio, and you're putting out drawings and photos or whatever, and you put it out, then I'm gonna like it and I'm gonna put it out too, because that's just, I fuck with you for a reason, so I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna show you that support and that loyalty. That's why I shouted out those people, and I said the quote unquote real ones who went and listened to it right off rip, man. So when you have that originality in you, and you are just you, and people can resonate with who you are and admire and appreciate who you are, then the followers are going to come, man. Because honestly, you're going to have people in your circle, but just because they're in your circle doesn't mean they're in your corner. Let that marinate for a little bit, man. And that's just real shit. That's just real shit. And that just goes for everyone. Just really think about who you claim, who you really consider to be in your circle, and if that person or those people in your circle are in your corner and back you like that. Just think about that, man. But loyalty and support, it all comes from those who truly are loyal to you, and those of you and those who really support you, man. So the time will come, and it will come. So just all you got to do, key ingredients: stay original, stay authentic, be yourself. Originality is what pays off. Look at Dogface, man. Just look at him. It paid off for him, man. And it's, for some it may be a quick little 15 minutes of fame. For others it may be longer. Your time is your time, man. It's something you can't get back, and your path is your path. So it is what it is. And that's gonna be it for that topic, man. But I hope that really got to your dome, man, and you really think about the stuff we covered right there in that topic, man. But we're gonna wrap that one up, and we're gonna go into the next one. So let's go. All right, guys, I'm Westcoast Rob, man, and thank you for sticking around. If you're still there and you've stuck with me through this whole episode, man, I truly do appreciate it, and I thank you. And remember, we're still learning. This is only the second episode of the podcast, man. YeahDat. But we're still learning. But with 2020, man, it's been a year that's gonna go down in infamy because of so many things that have happened in 2020. The multiple hurricanes and storms that have touched landfall, it being a record since like the 1930s. The Black Lives Matter movement, that little thing, COVID. With all that being said, there's another major event that's getting ready to happen that's gonna really impact my life, my family's life, your family's life, your friend's life, and that's the election. And it's, whether you realize it or not, it's going to impact all our lives and everybody around the world, because we're getting ready to elect the leader of the free world, man. And I'm not one to be big onto politics. I'm not into politics like that. But, with everything that's gone on in 2020, the election is a big deal, because nowadays people are pushing the voting message, the voting surge. Every time you go on social media, you see the voting pop-ups like, are you registered? Blah, blah, blah. All that. So when I see them, it's like, motherfucker, yes, I am registered to vote. Stop popping up on my shit. Stop it. But for those of you out there, man, I got a question for you guys. And are you voting? If you are, cool. If no, why not? And I want you to answer that question by commenting, dropping a comment on whatever platform you're listening to this on, whether it's Spotify, Breaker, Google Pods, or YouTube. I'm gonna upload them on YouTube, or just drop me the DM on IG. Westcoast_Rob is my IG. Drop me a DM with the answer of, or not the answer, the explanation of why you aren't voting. I'm just curious, there's no judgment. It's just me. I'm a people person, so I like to hear and learn about other people's thought processes and learn people's like backgrounds and ways of life and reasonings and stuff like that. So, if you're not voting, let me know why not. Alright, so do that. Also, for those of you who are voting, do you believe that your vote actually counts? Same thing, man. Drop me that comment, that answer, either in the DM or the comment section or whatever, and let me know if you think your vote actually does count and why. So, me personally, I am registered to vote, and I think that my vote does count, man, because I kind of see it like the lottery, man. You see the amount of the lottery, of the lotto on the billboards, the Powerballs and all that, the 739 millions or the 145 millions and whatnot. And in order for you to win that, you have to play. So those of you who are out there and like, man, the president is woo woo woo. My opinion is like, technically, if you didn't vote, you can't complain, homie, because you had the chance to voice your opinion on who you wanted to be elected. Now, whether or not that they would have been elected is a whole nother choice, but is a whole nother thing. But you still could have contributed to the cause by voting, and that's just my opinion. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you, and you have that right, and I have that right. So opinions are opinions. So that's why when I hear, like, if I'm in the work center, and which is my job, and we're technically not supposed to be talking about politics, but the discussion happens lightweight. So when it does arise and people try to voice their opinions, I like to ask, like, yo, did you vote? And if they're like, no, then I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up then, because you could have contributed to sway the other side or vice versa. So why are you standing here complaining? Now, I'm not one who's gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I've been an avid voter for 14 years. No, I'm not that dude, man. There's been plenty of times where I haven't voted. I've been upset with who was in office, but I could have voted and whatever. But I know the older you get, the wiser you get, and I'm a firm believer that you learn stuff as you get older, man. Your experiences, and you look back at things like, damn, But me, is like, everybody should vote, man. If you're unhappy with your congressman, your senator, well, you can go to the polls and vote, man. If you're registered in another state, do an absentee ballot. If not, register in wherever you're at. It's simple. It's simple. And it's important, because the people we put in these positions are the ones who enforce the laws, whether we like them or whether we want them changed. These are the people who, this is their job. So if you want a law change or you want something dictated or whatever, then you need to get out there and vote, man. And that's just it, man. Just get out there and vote. Real shit. That's enough. That's all I gotta say about that right there, man. That's it right there. And on that note, folks, we are wrapping up another episode 2 of YeahDat, the podcast. Big special thanks to all of you choosing to listen to the podcast, man. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please like it or follow, subscribe, all that noise. Because on the podcast, man, when you you rate it or whatever, it helps push the podcast to a broader audience. So, that's the goal. We're trying to get our voices heard, our opinions heard. So if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it, man. Don't just listen. Please like, subscribe, rate it, leave comments, all that, man. Feedback is good feedback. All feedback is good feedback, man. You know what I'm trying to say. But once again, I am Westcoast Rob. You can follow me on IG at Westcoast_Rob. You can find me on YouTube at Westcoast Rob. You don't have to search me because I'm not big on that mug. You know what I mean? I don't got the followers like that. And that's it. I don't TikTok. I don't Twitch. I don't do none of that stuff, man. But thank you for listening again, man. I love you guys so much, man. I appreciate the support. Stay true, stay OG, stay authentic. And until the next episode, we are signing off, man. Listen to this podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and whatever other podcast app or device or service you listen to your podcast, man. You can find me there. And if I'm not there, then go to another service that does have me there. And if I'm not there on the one that you listening to, then I'll be there eventually. Just YeahDat. You follow me, man. But thanks again for listening. Homie Westcoast Rob, man, signing off. YeahDat.